All right, man. Let's talk about David Benavidez versus David Morrell prediction video. I looked at a little bit of film, half-assed it, but I think I've seen enough. I mean, Morrell really wasn't fighting nobody. For real. You was fighting a whole bunch of nobodies until you fought Hot Rod. I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect for Hot Rod. He's a really good fighter. I think he was on the inaugural PBC card. I think him and Marcus Brown. I felt like he had beat Marcus Brown, in my humble opinion. That's just what I felt like. That's just what I felt like. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Let's talk heavy. One thing I know, I mean, we could do a traditional or non-traditional prediction. I think this is the best card of the year so far, by far. And what I pretty much, kind of my beginning observations, I've seen Benavidez a bunch of times, Porky Medina, Ronald Garville. I mean, going back to them days, you know what I mean? So I've seen him a ton of times. All right. But one thing I noticed about David Morrell, he don't have, I'm not sure, he not as stiff as I thought he was because I don't think I ever seen a full fight of his. Oh, it's called highlights. I'm watching that Minnesota bullshit. No offense to him. I just, I ain't got much time to be wasting these days. But what I did notice with him is he is an explosive puncher. He not as stiff as I thought he was. His footwork is not as stiff as I thought it was, but he's an explosive puncher. I mean, he not really upright stiff. He got a little bend, but he load up on his shots a lot. His footwork is okay. He keep his guard up. He'll move his head up. He'll move his head enough. But really, when I look at him, I don't really see special. Solid jab. I mean, got a good left, right hook, got a good uppercut. But I don't really see, him really going to that body the way he should be going to that body. I don't think he's one of the more skilled Cuban fighters. I think he's more Americanized, and that's that could be considered a good thing. And I know y'all like, how is that considered a good thing, CJ? Because he's aggressive. He's not looking just to score. He looking to get you the hell up out of there. So he's aggressive. So it ain't like watching Andy Cruz where he punching at the target or none of that shit. He is punching through the target. He looking to get you out there. And I think the bad thing about it for him is he got so many guys out there early that he kind of like Egner Bumlanga. He started to fall in love with it. 1 round, 2 rounds. He went 12 his third fight. So shout out to Lennox Allen. He went 12 rounds his third fight. So, that's impressive. Go 12, 3-1, 4-4. He went 12 versus some other dude. Yamaguchi Fagakura knocked him out in 1 round. Sanin Agepo, 2 rounds. Hot Rod, he went 12, and he started to struggle down the stretch of that fight. It wasn't a 12 round where he probably coasted. It's a 12 round where Hot Rod made him work, and I watched that fight. Hot Rod started using movement, and he a little bit stiff. But what Hot Rod did, won't have, Benavidez don't present those problems. He don't have that awkward style. And he brought Hot Rod into his camp. He don't have that irky jerky style. But I think he needed to get in there with that style just in general. 11 fights, 9 KOs. He went the distance 1, 2, 3 times, I believe I said. That's what it is. 6'1", 27. I think he a true 27 years old, 78.5-inch reach. He has a 4-inch reach over Benavidez. He's 6'2". Now, I don't be knowing how accurate this shit is, to be honest. And I want to see them head up. Cause Benavidez really ain't fought nobody his style. They basically the same height from what I'm looking at. Morrell might, maybe because of the hair, they both around the same height. Benavidez is known for fighting smaller guys. Okay, his whole career he fought smaller guys. That's the thing about it. And I think he fought Mama's boy Dennis Duggan, got him out there in 10. Porky Medina, he was a puncher but a smaller guy. Garville dropped him. I think his conditioning wasn't where it was supposed to be. Jalen Love, smaller guy. Anthony Durrell, a true 168 pounder. I'll give him that. But to be honest, past his prime at that point. Kyron Davis, smaller guy. Ronald Ellis, smaller guy. I think he was a 154 pounder. If my memory don't serve me correct, no, my bad. He was super middleweight, light heavyweight. Probably think about his brother or some shit. His brother welterweight. I think that's his brother. Got him. Went 11 with him. Kyron Davis, David Lemieux, smaller guy. Plant, the biggest super middleweight. Andrade, the smaller guy. Gulsvik, big guy. Came out of retirement, big strong guy. So, to keep it real with you, one thing I noticed is that Morrell, he loads up with his shots. That's what Morrell does. Morrell likes to load up on his work. Morrell likes to load up on his work. So when he load up on his shots, I think that becomes a problem. And Hot Rod start punching in between those shots. And most guys that fear the power, they just when those type of dudes like Morrell throw punches, when they throw punches, they don't look to punch in between the punch because they too scared. They don't look to punch in between the punch. They just look to, to ball up, to brace for the shot. They look to do that. So when you fighting him, it's going to be interesting because both these guys throw punches. And don't really be concerned about nothing coming back. That's the thing. Both these guys throw punches and they're not really concerned about what's coming back. So think about that for a minute. They both throw punches and they're not concerned about what's coming back. So Benavidez throw a lot of combination punches. He not really a counter puncher. Morrell not really a counter puncher. When they step up in competition and they start fighting guys that can make them pay with counter punches, they're gonna be in trouble. And Hot Rod started making Morrell play. So Morrell had a little bit of that. But Benavidez, when he started fighting guys that's gonna start punching with him, that's gonna be the true test, in my opinion. So, if Morrell can punch with David Benavidez and he really powerful like that, and Benavidez really ain't been in there with no puncher as big as old buddy, then that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be truly interesting. He ain't been in there with somebody as big as old buddy puncher. Oh, did he? But the keys for Benavidez, I think early on, I think it's kind of like the Caleb Plant fight. Put it on cruise control. That's what I say. Put it on cruise control early on. Just give him a fill out. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can early on. Drag him to deep rounds. I say early on, put water in the bank. If I'm him, I'm putting water in the bank. I'm going to his body. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to his body, putting water in the bank. And knowing this guy ain't really been a hard 12. He went a hard 12 his last fight. And, he won 12 his last fight. And, he won 12 his last fight. So, it was a hard 12, but you look at the scorecards, it wasn't wide for Morrell. But if I'm Benavidez and focusing on the body, you know what I'm saying? I'm cautious of the power early on. I'm trying to get inside that power, go to the body, wear him down to the body. Then I'm trying to take him out late. I think Benavidez got to try to punch in between Morrell punches. But I think get inside his power, test his inside game, wear the body down, and then you can stop him late. Just keep your defense tight. I think Benavidez should use his jab in between those Morrell hard combinations. I would use my jab in between those Morrell hard combinations. That would be what I'm looking to do. Use my jab against those hard combinations, because he gonna throw him hard. So use the jab just to break up them combos when he snap. Look to punch in between those punches. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. But other than that, I think that's the game plan. Touch the body early, break the combinations up with the jab early, punch with him early, especially with the jab, and then take him out late. And for Morrell, I think, Benavidez ain't been in there with somebody that can match his physicality, his size, his strength, his reach. I'll bag him up with a nice jab with my reach, put Benavidez on the back foot, target the body a little bit. I fight Benavidez, I'm going to the body. I'm going to that potato salad ass body. I'm going to the body. That'll be my game plan. I'm going to the body. I'm going to the body. And I try to push Benavidez back early with my power. And I try to use my power early on, not to knock him out per se, but excuse me, not to knock him out per se. I'm trying to use my power. I'm trying to use my power to let him know he can't just walk into the front door. I can hurt him. So down the stretch, he not wearing me down. So that's how I look at it. Down the stretch, he ain't wearing me down. So where I make him more cautious and I slow him down. So I think Morrell, the jab, punching in between Benavidez, backing Benavidez up, hitting Benavidez with his power. I think that's the way to go. But if I had to pick somebody to win this fight, I'm gonna say Benavidez experience. I think he may be in trouble if Morrell's size and strength is a problem. But the problem with Morrell is he really ain't been in them deep waters and had that experience. So I think Benavidez is probably gonna win a unanimous decision. I think it'll be about 3 to 5 point unanimous decision. And I think Morrell ain't gonna let him stop him. But if Benavidez stop him, it's gonna be an accumulation. It's just Morrell gonna get tired. But I think Morrell can match his physicality. If Morrell can hurt him, Morrell gonna win this fight. So, but I got Benavidez unanimous decision. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Find me on comment section. Sound like I'm a slave, but hey, hit the link tree, join the Patreon. Won't be sorry. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere. Peace.